Recently, there is a bad news for the people with obesity, which is going to be dangerous for the countries like US, which has highest obesity rates. According to this new report, obesity may be one of the most important predictors of severe coronavirus illness. Obesity has been identified as a risk factor for the coronavirus disease COVID-19 among people aged below 60 and is likely to lead to more severe forms of disease and death among the overweight. In the world, America has the highest obesity rate, 42% of its population, that is 80 million people, and surprisingly, till today America has also the highest rate of coronavirus infection. Recent study says coronavirus infected young adults with obesity appear to be at particular risk. Obesity is known to cause chronic low-grade inflammation and increase in circulating pro-inflammatory cytokines, which may play a role in the worst COVID-19 outcomes. According to a report of New York Times, the new findings about obesity risks are bad news for all Americans, but particularly for African Americans and other people of color who have higher rates of obesity and are already bearing a disproportionate burden of COVID-19 deaths. Experts say high rates of obesity are also prevalent among low-income white Americans, who may also be adversely affected. The findings on the impact of obesity on people identified as COVID-19 positive were based on a study 3,615 patients who visited a large hospital in New York. Of them, 21% had a BMI of 30 to 34 and 60% had BMI of greater than 35. Of the total, 37% had to be hospitalized and 12% needed critical care. The study has been accepted for publication in the Oxford Journal of Clinical Infectious Diseases on April 9th. Studies highlighting the risks of obesity have been conducted in other countries as well. Scientists in Shenzhen, China, posted a preliminary report online this month finding that COVID-19 patients with a high body mass index, that is BMI or obesity, were at more than double the risk of severe pneumonia than those with a lower BMI or obesity. Another study from China, which looked at outcomes among a group of 112 COVID-19 patients, reported that of the 17 patients who died, 15 were either overweight or obese. More recently, a French study reported that nearly half of 124 COVID-19 patients in France had obesity, twice the rate of comparison group of intensive care patients hospitalized for other reasons last year. The study also reported that the need for mechanical ventilation increased with higher body weight. After the spread out of this latest report, Dr. Matthew Hutter, president of the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery, said, in the US have not always identified obesity as a disease, and some people think it's a lifestyle choice, but it's not. It makes people sick, and we are realizing that now. So friends, obesity or high body mass index is not only risky for coronavirus infection, but for other diseases too. It's a humble request to you all during this lockdown period. We have to take some initiative regarding our high BMI. Stay safe, stay happy.